Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. This is episode 220. I'm Jessica, also known as Naturally Nitty.
And I am Starnitz, also known as Allena. Today is February 23rd. This is our bi monthly podcast. If you are a first time watcher or listener, welcome. If you're a returning watcher and listener, thank you for coming back.
So grab your knitting, pull up a chair, and craft along with us.
Okay, so I don't have any mojo, so if you have mojo,
I have no mojo.
okay. So, what are your works in progress?
My only thing that I'm working on is Leah's sweater. I'm on the ribbing at the bottom of the body is kind of like all jumbled, but the ribbing at the bottom of the body, um, and then I'll have to do the sleeves, and then all around for the what is that even called? Around here, whatever.
The
Um,
button band?
yeah, but there's no buttons.
There you go, color.
But yeah, so it's my order mission, so I've been working on that.
That's cool. I am also working on my order mission. I have no idea if I'm even going to finish it. Um, this is where I'm at.
Looking
So
good.
this is the back of the sweater. It's a vest. So this is the back. And I'm about probably 10 or 11 inches right now. Um, the pattern calls for 13, but I was measuring a shirt of Andy's because he's like taller. So I think I need to go to 17 inches. So I don't know. Luckily, I don't have to do sleeves or anything. So I might finish it, but I might not. And I just dropped a bunch of stitches. That's fine.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, that's one work in progress. So then for classes, I started on the first, I started um, a shop model for Dawn of Fairy Tale Knits. And why is that?
Okay.
Okay, sorry. For Fairy Tale Knits, she wanted a shop model um, of a crocheted pattern, um, so she can have like kits. So Michelle from Crafty Flutterby, she makes those really cool shawl pins. She has this uh, like a vest shawl, like a shawl like vest pattern. It's called Sawvish Dragon. I don't have a picture because I didn't print the picture out. I just printed out the pattern part. But I've been working on that since the first, and I'm getting pretty far. But I had to. Sorry, that noise was Cleopatra tried to jump up on Lucius's cage and knocked off his water bottle, so I'll have to fix that later. But anyway, so I had to rip back. I'm back to where I was before I ripped back. So like this is the back. Like you start with like a spine, and then you do like the wings, and it's like decreasing like a wing. Makes sense. So
Yeah,
yeah, and I'm not sure if you can see the colors. They're like really pretty purple and pink.
it is
Um,
pretty.
and sparkles, and that is on Dawn's newest base called Shining Armor,
Ooh,
and it's 92% superwash merino and 8% lurex, and it's fingering weight. So and this colorway is called Banshee. It's really pretty. So yeah, that's Fairy Tale Knit. So like after this vest is finished, she'll hang it up on one of her dummies in her booth, which her this is kind of cool, like behind the scenes. No, her dummy, she named it Dwight because dummy in the office. But anyways, um, fun fact for you. So she'll
funny.
hang it up and then have like kits available where you can buy the pattern, a shawl pin, and the yarn
That's
from
cool.
her. So
I have some shawl pin. I think I have two from her, but I love them. I use them um, a lot on my sweaters. I have that post-grad sweater. It's supposed to just be like an open cardigan. There's no buttons or anything, so I use it to close it. I love it. I've been thinking of getting one of her ones that are like just they're round and you like kind of twirl it
I
through.
have one of them. They are super cool.
I like that.
So I made myself a hook. because I have a G hook that is like clover, so it's like flat, and I figured I'd be crocheting and I wanted like an ergonomic one, so I made a bigger one because that's like a style I've been making lately, and they sell really well. But so I finally made myself one. Can you tell? It's green, obviously. Yeah.
I couldn't guess at all.
But yeah, so that's the only thing I'm working on, and I'm hoping to finish it by the end of the month. Um, just life has been a little crazy. If anything, I'll turn it in for a partial, um, because yeah, I don't normally try to do like big things, and I thought like doing a vest for my order mission would be okay because normally I do like shawls, but
Right.
I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to finish that like for real. So yeah, that is the only things I'm working on right now. You spin me right round.
Um, I seriously haven't been crafting at all this past 2 weeks. I've been on a funk, so I still need to work on that felted fiber. It's not really felted, but it's not the nicest. Like I over dyed some fiber
Oh,
and it was not pretty. So I think I'm still working. I have like half a bobbin full. I need to
I
finish
would
that.
ask you, can you use your combs and like flick it out and make it like airy again?
I could. I already split it up. I'm spinning it fractally, so I just need to muscle through it.
Yeah, and that kind of when you have that kind of fiber, it is not fun. Like I've worked with that fiber like that I've messed up dyeing like myself, and it's not fun to work with. And I've worked with some that like people gave me or like I got, not fun.
So I'm totally glad that I mean, I knew from looking at it that I didn't want to sell it, but like, um, it's just good to have some quality control and spin it yourself, to know what you're working with. And that is not something that I would
Like no, not, what
afford
not.
myself. So I'm not gonna sell it myself. But on the other hand, the stuff that I spun last month that I dyed was awesome and nice. So it's good to see the comparison of good dyeing versus bad dyeing. But yeah, so that's all that. And I have my spindle in my purse, but like I said, I have not been really doing anything. So have you been spinning?
Yeah, actually, I've been spinning the hand pulled roving that you sent me. I'm on the third, um, like skein of it. I'm
Okay.
spinning it one right after another, and then I'm gonna Navajo ply it. Um, so I'm on the third one, and then I have like one more that's all pinks left to do. So that'll be fun.
Cool.
And I'm really liking it. What I asked you last time what the white stuff is, but I forget.
It was I think bamboo fiber. So I had gotten I think a swap package. I think it was Fiber Share where they knew I had a drum carder, so they sent me little bits of like, different fiber and stuff.
Okay.
And I kind of just took it all and carded it up.
Oh yeah. So that
It's like chunky and soft and weird, but yeah.
super soft, but yeah, it is. It gets there's certain times there's like it's like chunkier, so I have like blips in the spinning, but I figure it'll just look tweedy.
I was gonna say mine I spun and
Yeah,
then I did the super coil. So yeah, you see like the big
but it's super soft, so I like it. It's not a problem. But yeah, I'm really enjoying spinning it. So
good.
if you wanted to do hand pulled roving more,
I
I
will. I probably wouldn't put as chunky of things in it. I mean I could, but
works like if you are doing like an art bat, I think that would be fine.
true.
So in spinning, this past 2 week, not this last weekend. Was it last weekend? Maybe it was the 10th. Was that last weekend? Anyways, I had Ocean City Fiber Fest, and it was a lot of fun going to Ocean City. And no, that was 2 weekends ago. And I came home with a lot of fiber because when you are at shows and they slow down at the last like hour or two, you walk around, you have your neighbors look at your booth, and then like your neighbors watch your booth, and then you go shopping. Um, and it's really bad when your neighbors across the like walking area from you have fiber. because you buy it. So I first went across the way and found she had some fiber. She does those rug hooking, those wool rug hooking things. Those are super awesome. Like I was watching her do it last whenever that show was, the 10th and 11th, I think it was. So she is like phasing out her fiber that she had, and she's just going to carry the wool strips and the wool kits, like the rug hooking things. And
Okay.
so she had, oh, it fell off. She had some of this Malabrigo noob, which is just their roving, and she had them on clearance for $10. So of course I bought them. So this
Yeah.
and this one are the same colorway, but this one's like has more brown in it. You can't really tell because my lighting in here is pretty bad. And this one has more blue.
Yeah.
But
They look a little different.
they look similar but not the same. And I also got this one, which has more green in it, which is a different colorway. So I had that, and then she also had this one, some BFL, and I do like BFL, and she had dyed it in it. She had dyed it herself, and so I bought that. So I was just gonna get these four, and then she's like, "Oh, I have one left. I'm just gonna give it to you." And so she gave it to me, and it matches this BFL, but it's Falkland, and I really don't like Falkland, so that's why I wasn't gonna buy it. But she gave it to me for free, so I'll definitely use it. Like I do have some Falkland that I could probably mash it up with or do something with. But yeah, so I have that. So then I had been walking around and talking to other vendors. And the one I found, I got this, which I know I showed you this already because we were texting, from Hot Boheme Fibers. I'll show you her shop card. And this one, she started dyeing in like color families. So this one she named Entrapment. It's blue and gray and browns, like suits, like FBI type of thing. So she named it Entrapment. So it's really pretty. Like I really wish my lighting was better in here, but it's like raining outside and whatever. So yeah, but this one I got not on sale. Then at the end of the day, I walked like down 2 booths to Roving Acres, and she had some art bats that she was just trying to get rid of, so they were on sale too. So I picked up 6 of them. So I got these two, like black, and they were only like $2 for like a little bit over an ounce. So these are like art bats that she made. This one is alpaca, merino, and soft silk, and so is this one, and they're like super pretty colors, like black with bright colors. It's always fun to spin.
Mm-hmm.
She had some of these gray ones, which were Jacob and merino wool. And I don't know if you've ever spun some Jacob.
It's a little rougher, right?
Yeah. Well, Jacob is a meat sheep, but the wool is also good for spinning. And the first fleece that I processed, not fleece, the first wool that I processed was Jacob wool, and it actually is like got a nice spring to it, like kind of similar to Polworth, but not as soft as Polworth, but it's still a nice fiber to work with, I think. So she had some that were like blue, and I got those, and then I got some that were purple, which it looks blue on the screen, but it's really purple. But yeah, so I got those because I figured I would just spin them all together. So they make like a nice gray, because Jacobs are usually like white and black, and if you blend their fiber together, you get gray. But that is all the fiber that
I'm like a lot jealous.
Yeah, and I rearranged my I don't want you up here, Kat. I rearranged my fiber wall because I also, while I was there, I saw Unplanned Peacock, and Andy had gotten me for my birthday a fiber club from her. And so instead of shipping it to me, she just handed it to me. So I got a really pretty pink superwash merino to like a tonal pink roving to spin. from my fiber club, which was totally awesome. So yeah, it was a lot of fun this past weekend. And I think I already updated my Ravelry stash with pictures.
Wow.
Like I am on top of it.
That is cool.
So that is my stash enhancement and like pile of fiber that I had to show you. So yeah.
That's awesome. No, that's cool. It's always fun to get stuff on sale.
Yeah. And I wasn't going to buy anything, but it was on sale. So
it's hard to resist.
And it was a good weekend too. Like, so I rewarded myself with fiber.
It's good.
Okay, next up is gym. We're like flying right through this.
Oh my goodness. I told you because I'm a total lazy bum this month and I have not done anything. Like even for gym, I don't even think I've done anything. I've been so lazy. I think we went out to the dunes. We live by Lake Michigan, and then the state park here, which is really like 5 minutes away, has these sand dunes, but it's obviously winter right now, so it's all snowy and stuff. But they have like boardwalks all throughout them, so we went and walked out there and stuff to try and get some exercise. It was fun, and we want to try and do that a little more as a family.
Yeah.
It's pretty out there and all that. Yeah.
I have not been doing much for gym, and my back has been hurting, so I've been like doing like different stretches, but I really need to get into like the groove of doing something like regularly. I've just like I've not been doing good at that, so
yeah. I know, and I've totally dropped the ball on our fitness thing. And I'm sorry. I apologize. I will try to get back on that. I just haven't even been online much at all.
It's okay. Yeah, I know because I texted you to find out.
Like, are you okay? I'm like, I haven't even been crafting. Like, that's why I'm not on any social medias or anything. I haven't even been on my phone or anything. So I'm like, I better get that spinning done so I can at least hand in one class. Like last month, I handed in all the classes, and this month I'm handing in one.
I find that it does that. You do that, like you do a ton of classes, and then the next month you just do like one.
Yeah.
So I do have a question. This is kind of, it's not gym related, but it is knitting related. So work in progress. I got yarn from Indie Knit and Spin last time. Like they have like a give and take table. Mm-hmm. And I took, it was like 9 skeins of Barocco vintage, which is a like acrylic wool blend, which is, I really like working with it. But I got it, and I was gonna knit Bella a wallaby. I cannot find my wallaby pattern. Can I borrow yours?
Yes, Lauren has it, so I'll have to get it back from her. But yes,
okay. I looked everywhere, and this is why I don't organize, because I can't find anything. Like I looked in my trunk of shame, which holds all of my works in progress that I'm not working on. I looked in with my like patterns, where I keep all my pattern books and stuff, and I couldn't find it. And I know I had it because I knit a wallaby for a friend of mine like a couple of years ago. So I don't know what it is. And I'm annoyed because I like that pattern.
That's usually the point where I like reorganize my stash and like go through everything to try and find one thing.
Well, I just reorganized. Like
right. That's weird.
So I can't find it, and I don't know where it is. So I'll keep looking through my books, but if you do get that back from Lauren, if you could mail it to me, that would be an awesome thing, because I do want to knit her that sweater. Because I was thinking if I couldn't find it, I would just be like, I'm going to do a Tomton from Elizabeth Zimmerman's pattern, hooded, but garter stitched, but still. Yeah. Okay, back to our regular scheduled thing. Next up is binging. Have you been binging on anything?
Not really, no. Well, actually, with the kids, we watch Stranger Things, which is crazy because they swear a lot in there. And Joe's like, because I was like, are you sure they can watch that? And he's like, it's not bad. And I was like, okay, because I hadn't seen it. Yeah. And so we're watching it, and they like swear a ton. And I'm like, oh.
Well, it's TVMA.
Yeah, I didn't. Anyways, so, and there's a couple scenes that we like fast forwarded for them, but they liked it. I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you finished both seasons?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good show. But yeah, they do, I forgot that they swear. Like you don't take it in like for yourself, but then when you're watching it for your kids, you're like, oh crap.
I
And then
know. And, like, I feel bad because Leah's like, we hear a lot of that stuff at school, Mom. I'm like, I know, but that's different. Like, you have to go to school. Like, you don't have to watch these shows.
right.
Like, I feel like I'm endorsing it. Um, but anyways,
Because like it's not like you talk like that.
so the struggle of parenting.
Actually, when I stub my toe, I totally talk like that. Or
Yeah,
I drop
I am
things,
not.
or I mess up when I'm sewing. Yeah, so I totally do.
Um, anyways, so that, and I've been watching some Orphan Black. I kind of stalled out on that. Really, I've seriously not. I've just been in a funk. Um, not really doing much. I need to start listening to the Dresden Files again because that was making me productive. And then I forget what happened, but I just stopped and I don't know. I think like because Chloe had a birthday, so like I was doing all this stuff in January, all these crafting things, and then her birthday was on the 5th of February. So I was like, getting all this stuff ready, cakes and presents and all this stuff. And then Luna's birthday was that week too. So then Trevor and Lauren came over the next Sunday and we celebrated that. And I think after that, I was just like so worn out from crafting and cooking and baking and all that kind of stuff. So I just crashed and I'm okay with that. I think sometimes it's okay to not do things.
It is.
But yeah, so um yeah, I haven't really been binging on much. Except for that show with the kids.
I have been kind of binging. Um, I finished reading the 18th book, so I finished the Temperance Brennan series. I almost didn't finish that last book because I was really pissed off. Because like anyways.
Are you glad you finished it? Because I know there's a lot of series that you haven't finished.
Right? I did completely finish it, and I kind of wish there was more because I kind of want to see where it goes from there. Then I read C is for Corpse, which is the third book in the ABC series. And then I read Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer, I think it is. I had gotten the book from the library because they suggested they had like a sci-fi week and they were like, you would probably like this book. So I was like, okay. And it's like a three book series. I started Authority last night, which is the second one. So this Annihilation, they're actually, I got it and then I was wanting to read it, and then they are coming out with the movie is releasing like a day or two, maybe a week.
Oh.
It's called Annihilation. And I'm from the previews that I've seen, I'm sure they've changed a lot from the book. But yeah, it was like weird and sci-fi and just different. But I liked it. So like they send these people into this area to investigate stuff, and basically like nature is taken over, but I think it's kind of like aliens because they're just weird, and they send them with like old tech because they can't send them with like computers or cell phones or anything, and old guns and old clothes, and they can't send them with new stuff because for whatever reason, like I guess that would be sharing with the aliens this technology or something. I don't know. But like you're reading it from this perspective, from the biologist perspective. They send in 5 people, actually 4 only go, but they have like a psychologist, an anthropologist, a surveyor, and a biologist. And there was supposed to be a linguist, but she didn't go. So you're seeing this like expedition, and you're hearing it from the biologist's point of view, and it's like she's writing in her journal that they're supposed to keep track of this
Sounds interesting.
expedition, and they've gone so far as to like they're investigating this area, but they're going so far as to like they take away their names, so she's just the biologist and she doesn't know the names of the other people. It's just crazy.
That is.
It was good. It was a good book to read.
I'd say it sounds interesting enough.
It is really good. So I do want to see the movie, but I kind of want to finish the series before I go see the movie and maybe start a different series because I'll be really mad that they changed it. Because even though I know that movies and books aren't the same, I'll still be mad.
Right.
But anyway, so those are what I've been reading. But my iPod has been like shutting off. Not because it needs battery, just shutting off. Like I had to do a hard reset on it. Where you press the power and the home button. I have like an iPod Touch, like a Generation 4 or something, so it's like older. Yeah. But I've had it for probably 5 or 6 years, and it has like 64 gigs, so I can put a ton of books on it, so I don't have to like
right
every so often. And I mean, I use it as just an iPod. I don't want to use my phone as an iPod, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I think I might have to get a new one. I don't know, because it like shut down last night and it wouldn't turn back on, and it's like the power button is stuck. I'm just
very frustrating.
So, yeah. But watching wise, we are watching Flash and Star Trek Voyager and Psych lately. I just love that show. It makes me laugh, so I've been watching it a lot. So that's it.
Very cool.
I've been kind of busy. So like
we're watching Flash again too, because we never finished it. I forget what season we're on.
For what?
Flash. We just picked it up last night.
We're on the second.
We never finished that.
Yeah, that's a good one. But there's like some stuff like I'm like I need to go through and watch Arrow.
Yeah,
but I'm watching that with Bella. It's like Flash and Voyager with Bella. But so like randomly last weekend, so Thursday, Friday, and Saturday last weekend was a basketball tournament at the school, like big time for their like league that they're in. So we were there like every day. So I didn't get a lot of stuff in there like done.
Yeah.
I did knit some and crochet some, but like I said, I had to rip back some of the stuff I crocheted because I did it wrong.
Thanks.
So it's like exhausting to do that all weekend. Mm-hmm. So I haven't done much since then. So, like Ocean City was fun. I did stop at the fabric store because in Ocean City, my friend from the fabric store, her mom lives out there. So Mom stopped by with stuff for my friend Carol. And so I dropped it off at her work, which is Joanne's. And you can't like go in there and not walk out with fabric. At least I can't. So I found some really cute bunny fabric. So I'm going to make some bunny.
For Easter.
They're not like Easter bunnies. They're just bunnies, if that makes sense. Because I'm always looking for like bunny fabric, because I have bunnies and I like them. So, yeah. So, sad news though. Last weekend, we had that basketball tournament. And then we noticed like Simba, his mouth was drooling. And he like just looks gross. Like his hair's all ratty looking. And like a groomer. So I took him to the vet. Like I called to make a vet appointment and they couldn't get me until Thursday. So I took him in. He has a huge cancerous lump on his tongue. And because he's 12,
it's old.
They said they could do surgery, but they don't think because where it is under his tongue that they could get it all. And because he's 12, they don't think it would work, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we have to get him euthanized. So tomorrow so today after school, when Andy gets home, I'm taking Bella to go get Madison because basically he's Madison's cat.
Yeah. How does she take the news?
She was sad, but like he is like I said, he is older. Like I don't think cats live much longer than 12 or 15 years.
I think some can get up to almost 20-ish. I don't know, but I mean that is old, old.
Yeah, so they sent me home with like special high calorie food for him to eat the last couple of days, and then some pain medicine, which getting a cat to take medicine is the hardest thing ever.
I can't even imagine.
But it's like liquid, so I just have to like squeeze it into his mouth and it like absorbs into his mouth really quick. But I can tell that it's working because he's like upstairs, he's like laying here. But I feel
That's
so
good.
bad his mouth is like drooling because it's like so big.
So he can't like clean himself or anything. Probably hurts to eat and stuff.
Yeah, so that's we've been feeding him like since I noticed all this drooling, like, and it was drooling. He had like black around his mouth, but what it is like it's bleeding, and then it just turns black when it dries. It's gross, and he had like the worst breath. But I like having like gone through cancer and chemo, and then watching mom go through it.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think that I could do that to our cat. Like that is no quality of life. Like
Well, and they can't even tell you things.
I know, like, because I didn't even realize he was in pain. So like when we went there, they were like, "We're gonna give him some pain medicine." I'm like, I didn't even think about that. Like I felt so bad. He's like lost a lot of weight. Like poor
Aw.
cat. Like I was feeding him like soft food anyways because he couldn't chew the hard food. Um,
Aw.
and yeah, so but I can tell the pain medicine's working because he's like upstairs again, and so I put like it just sucks, but like how things go. Like I was kind of preparing myself for it. I thought he maybe had like gotten like a stink bug or something stuck in his mouth because he wouldn't let me look at it. Like he wouldn't let me open his mouth to look at it, and I didn't want to force him because I didn't want to hurt him.
Right.
So I let the vet do it, and it's this like huge lump. Like she showed it to me. I feel so bad for him.
Poor kitty cat.
Yeah.
That's sad.
But I mean, he's still like his sweet self.
Yeah.
Poor Bella, she went downstairs yesterday and just was crying.
Aw.
And so I'm sure Madison will be too.
That's hard.
But yeah, so we're just trying to like. So this weekend is not going to go how we planned because I was hoping to go see Black Panther, like go with Andy to see Black Panther, and that's not going to happen. So, but it sucks.
Yeah.
So that's a sad note. So let's talk about something happier.
uh, we had parent teacher conferences. They went pretty well. um, and then so we had a long weekend last weekend. I can't even. I don't know. We've just. It's been so mopey and rainy out. Sorry, this is not happy. So like our backyard is like a poop lake, and then it's like refrozen,
Ew.
and like so I'm so thankful that I have rain boots that I walk back to feed the chickens with because if I don't walk through that like any other way, I wouldn't. It's horrible. Chickens are doing good.
That's good.
Mostly 4 eggs a day. Um, we had so many that we gave some to our neighbors.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like a half dozen to two different neighbors that we have. Because it was, it was getting backed up. Um,
So are you gonna get more chickens this
I
summer?
don't know. We were just talking about that because, like, I think you can like start ordering them now, like the chicks.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I think four is kind of a good number. We might get one or two. I don't know. Like, because we get enough eggs, but I guess if we got more, we could give more out, or not that we'd sell them, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, I have a friend who she sells hers for $2.
well, and I don't want to have like a ton of chickens. We do want to build our run out a little more. I've been starting to think about that a little more as the weather starts to sort of get nicer, but not really. We've had a lot of snow.
Yeah. So here it's been like rainy too, but the one day it was rainy, and then at like 2 it snowed. So we had snow for a day, and the next day it was like rainy a little bit, and then 60 degrees. And
It's
the
crazy.
next after that, it was like 60 degrees, like 65 even. Like
Yeah.
super warm, like the kids wanted to wear shorts and everything. This was like Wednesday. Then it was like cold and rainy again, and today it's like rainy and cold. It's like crazy weather.
We've had a couple nice days, and then yeah, it melts. And then I feel bad for the chickens too because I think we need to build up inside their run a little more because like we kind of have plywood over their run so that they don't get snowed on completely because otherwise they don't have anywhere to go. Um, but then the snow collects there, so then on the like warm days, it like is like a puddle in there, and I'm like, oh my gosh! So like I'm shoveling off like the stuff. We need to like redo the run
Okay. Like
on
this.
yeah, so that it doesn't go where they can be.
You look at that clear corrugated plastic
Yeah.
stuff.
And we thought about it when we were building it, and Joe's like, oh, we don't need to do that. Yeah, well, we have big plans for this summer. So we don't want to spend a ton of money on it. So we're going to try and get stuff through Restore and, just try and do what we can. But I also want to make their run bigger so they have a bigger area to run around in that's still fenced in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lots of planning. I'm looking forward to this spring and summer where we can do stuff.
That's smart.
I think I'm just getting so like, I don't know, cabin fever. It's like be out and blah. And then the sickness, like, we've had kids being sick and we were sick and I made elderberry syrup. Did I talk about this last time? I don't even know.
You told me, but I don't remember if we talked about it.
Yeah. Where you cook down elderberries and cinnamon and cloves and mix it with honey and stuff and strain the elderberries out. But we've been taking that. And so they've been healthy for the past week or two, I think.
That's good.
Yeah. But I hear there's another strain of it going around, the flu. And I'm like, I do not want to deal with this anymore. Like, I'm so sick of sickness.
I hear you.
But yeah. But no, we've been okay here.
That's cool. So I think that leaves us at the end of our podcast. It was a very short one today.
Yeah.
But that's
Sorry,
cool. You will see probably 2 weeks. It'll be a break month then.
No.
Just kidding.
We still have March.
It won't be.
You'll see us on the 1st or 2nd of March for a planning podcast.
Yeah. You know what I forgot to bring? I started using, like, after you shared about your bullet journal, it got me wanting to redo mine. And I started doing one, and it's really helping plan stuff.
Good.
And I left it over there on my desk. But remind me next time, and I'll show it. I made a class page, like, of classes. I need to make one for, like, working out, I think. So I
need to do that.
For sure work out. But I was at the store. I have a picture of it, at least. So I went to Michael's because I don't go in there much because, one, they don't have fabric. Well, they kind of have, like, some fabric, but they don't have, like, fabric I need. But two, I go a little crazy when I go in. So I was in there to get shrinking ink, like the printing stuff, just shrinking ink, because some of the tags I make, I print them out and then I shrink them and then I use them for my rope balls.
Yeah.
But I was out of shrinking inks. So I went to Michael's to get some, and they rearranged. I mean, I haven't been there in a while, so of course they rearranged. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They rearranged. So I was walking around looking for this stuff, and I couldn't find it. So I found a lot of other stuff, though. Like, I did find the shrinking inks finally because I asked the manager. So I found the shrinking inks, and then behind that right there is the printable fabric that I make my tags on. So then I found this really cool right here. It's like a stamp for like a stamp, and it has like different sayings on it. And then I found this really cool llama.
I saw that.
And a unicorn stamp, and then this llama stamp kit with a die cut in it. I don't know if you can see it right there. And then this right here, I just liked my own picture.
No, I'm just kidding.
Liked it. But see this bluish teal one? So that right there, I was gonna get they have like all this kinds of traveler's notebooks at Michael's now. Like they're like pleather.
Yeah.
And they have like inserts and everything, which is really cool. But they had this thing and it's like a plastic folder, and inside it has like stamps. And they had two. One was like to do things to do, like so you could make your planner and stamp.
Oh, fun.
But I already have stamps that look like that. Like they're the stamps that that go on those silicone blocks. So that thing has like a month, like a thing that you would stamp and then write the month, days in, and then what month it is. And then it has like bigger ones for like keeping track of, like I said, I wanted to do the workout thing, but it came with the silicone block. And that's what I was looking for. That's the main reason I bought it. It was like $8 for that whole set. And I was just looking for that silicone block, because you take those like stamp parts and put them on the silicone block and then use them to stamp. And then you can take them off and then put new ones on, if that makes sense. Okay. Those silicone blocks by themselves are like $10. So I bought that kit and got stuff. But so they have like all kinds of stuff for planning at Michael's. So if you have one, and I use like a 40% off coupon. So.
We don't have a Michael's anymore.
Oh, really?
Hobby Lobby. No, we have Joann's. That's it.
That sucks.
I know.
But yeah, so Michael's has that, and I got that, some really cool stuff, along with the Shrinky Dinks that I was there for. So that is the whole reason why I don't go into that store.
Oh, I know. Addictive.
But it's super fun. Like, and those stamps were only $2.
That's not bad.
And they're cute. A ton of llama stuff. I was looking for sheep. They didn't have any sheep, but they had llamas and unicorns, so I was happy. Okay, we're just rambling, so we're going to let you guys go for real this time, and we will talk to you in 2 weeks for a planning podcast.
Okay. Bye.